Okay, yes team, welcome to the podcast where me, Dicky,
and me, Nicky,
are going to be taking you through some cool topics. We're going to be talking all things fitness, all things funny, and everything that comes on really in between that. So
the initial podcast is just a little introduction to who I am, my background in fitness, and Dicky, his background in fitness. Again, it's predominantly fitness based, but also, everything in between and the funny bits. What it's like to train as pairs, what's it like to train people, and just kind of our journey through fitness so far. So Dicky's going to kick it off with his background.
So I've now been PTing for about 2.5 years.
Boom shakalaka.
I've been at Urban Exchange, which is where me and Nick met. About when did you start?
I started in January last year at Urban Exchange.
So you've been a year now?
Yeah, correct.
Urban?
Yeah, at Urban, yeah.
Yeah. And remember you were going to go spinning fields as well?
I did.
Imagine if you'd have gone spinning fields.
We would have never.
Everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Don't know. Yeah. Yes, sir. And before that, where was you?
Oh yeah, so I was at a small little gym called Cotton's in Knutsford, kind of just doing PT, not full time. It was on the side, but then I was also doing the membership and sales advisor, just because it was the size of the gym I wasn't really able to do as much as I wanted to. So when the opportunity came to move to Manchester, fully base myself in the city and get involved in a big pure gym, it was there was only one decision I was going to do really, and it was always to take myself and my business to the next level, which I felt I had plateaued a little bit, and I'd taken it as far as I could, and I knew I needed to get out of my comfort zone and really make that now jump into just a much bigger and
when did you start training? When did you kind of get into fitness?
I started probably when I was about 17.
Okay.
But like really no direction at all. Like,
did you play any sports as a kid or anything like that? Was you into anything kind of?
Yeah.
As a youth growing up, was you into any kind of physical activity?
I was too sporadic though, so I was like golf, football.
Okay.
Actually, that were my two main ones when I was a teenager. Golf and football, but I used to play a bit of tennis, badminton.
Okay, yeah.
I literally did rugby for about nothing, and then
behave, Alex.
I did good in about 3 sessions, and it was touch rugby.
Okay,
I was like,
okay, now I understand touch rugby. Yeah,
I was like, no, I'm gonna play golf.
Yeah. So my background's a little bit different to Alex. I actually got into fitness at a very, very young age. As kids, my brothers and I would be in the living room doing exercises. Our dad would bring out some small weights. We would do things like that. I got into boxing at a very young age when I was like 11 years old. I had 13 fights, won 7, lost 6. I beat Midlands champ, British schoolboy, so I was well into my boxing.
Were there knockouts?
No, I got knocked out. I never knocked anyone out.
Is that so? You got headgear on then?
Yeah. So it's amateur boxing, so you got the head guard on and all that stuff. Yeah,
but they say it's worse, isn't it? Because you.
To be honest with you, when you're in the ring, you don't really notice it.
Really?
Yeah. You kind of go like tunnel vision. Yeah. From there, I played a lot of sports in school. I played field hockey for county. Played basketball. And then joined the army at the age of 16. Went into one of the army's elite regiments, the parachute regiment, as it were. The job itself is very physically demanding. The paras, they pride themselves on fitness. Even to get in, we do an extra fitness test, which is P Company, it's a week of physical events. You do things like a log race, a 10-mile tab. You carry an 18-stone stretcher for 5.2 miles. Like it's a very physically enduring, arduous course. A lot of people always ask me, who's better, paras or marines? I can clear that up now. It's the paras in every way. Pretty simple, really. Marines are alright, they're a good bunch of lads. But yeah, the paras are better. You heard it here first.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of where I picked up the majority of my kind of training experience, weightlifting, HIIT workouts, and all that, because I trained with so many different people from all over the country that had so many different training styles, and you would constantly be training with different lads. And then obviously you got the hard army training as well, which you throw into the mix. And so that's kind of my background. When I was in the army, I started playing rugby as well.
Yeah, but you were in it for ages as well, weren't you?
Yeah, so I joined at 16 and I left at 25. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I'm only just 25.
Yeah. Just a little pup. I remember when I was your age.
I remember my first beer. Yeah, so we met at Pure Gym.
We did.
We did. January.
We did. Oh.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Yeah, I think the way we kind of operate as PTs.
Oh yeah.
We're very similar, you know. We've got a lot of organisation within how we conduct our business.
And it's just priding ourselves on what it is, isn't it? And
we bounce off each other quite a lot when we're training clients, when we're training each other. That's the reason for why we set this podcast up, just purely because of the energy that Alex and I have between us. It just it's just good, isn't it?
It's just good vibes.
Yeah.
So we want to put that all across to all of you. Give you a good laugh in the ear.
Yeah.
In the ear when you're walking to work this morning, or tonight, whenever you're walking.
Yeah, and also give you a lot of information on on the PT industry and kind of what we've found so far. You know, there's a lot of people out there that have been in it for a long time, so no doubt, you know, there'll be a lot of people listening to it thinking, yeah, I know that, all right, mate. But there'll be a lot of people listening to it that have just started off, that not sure where to go with the direction of the business, that are taking on clients but don't have much organisation in terms of how they're setting up for progression. You know, within both of our businesses, our clients, everything that we do is set up for progression. We have reviews in place to make sure clients, you know, we're very results driven people. So that's what makes a difference when we're looking to achieve our clients' body goals.
Yeah, but also you were in a studio as well, weren't you?
Yeah. So
which isn't like, I don't know how you get clients.
So previous to that, I was in a personal training studio. A friend who I reached out to on Instagram, I noticed that he was training in a studio just literally a 5-minute walk from my apartment. So I had a chat to him, and he said, he was more than willing to let me train there for a few months until he opened up his gym. And in terms of marketing, I literally just printed out a load of flyers, started working on my Instagram, and the flyers are where I got most of the business from. I would literally go into every shop within a mile radius, dishing out his flyers. At one point, I was sat in a salon chatting to one of the clients in the salon while the guy was cutting her hair, talking to her about personal training. At which point the guy just said, "Why don't you sit next to her?" I had a brew. I was sat there chatting to all the girls in the salon about PT. People are walking in like, "Who's this guy?
Who's this guy?"
Just, "Hey, Nick."
Hey, Nicky.
Yeah, Nicky, little Nicky.
It makes it funnier because I could just picture you doing it.
Yeah.
You could just picture you sat there just selling sand to the Arabs.
Just tight, short shorts. in the middle of winter.
For any of you that don't know Nick, if you've ever seen a guy walking around Manchester wearing a massive coat and then these tight little shorts that basically cover about 1 inch of his legs, that would be Nicky.
Do you know what it is though, right? Honestly,
I'm
not just saying this for sake. My legs never get cold. Honestly.
Yeah, but that's what's funny is that that's what you say.
They just never get cold, so I don't feel the need to cover it. I was a bit cold yesterday, so I put a hoodie on as well.
Oh, wow. It's when you're cycling.
Yeah.
It's when you see him cycling, he's got gloves on and he's still there with the shorts.
Sometimes I get chafed because they come up so high. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, studio.
Yeah. So sorry, we digress. So in the studio, it's kind of hard starting off in a big gym when you've got a lot of people to project onto. But starting off in a studio, you've got to be really proactive. I was working a full-time job at the time as well.
Yeah, of course.
I was a project manager for a telecoms company.
It could literally, it could not. We even said this before, didn't we? It could not be more polar opposite of what anything he should ever be doing.
I'll be honest. I've worked a few careers in my life. Not many. I've had 4 or 5 jobs in my life. I was in the army for a very long time, which took up most of my life. But I've never worked in office before, and I will tell you now, for me, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do.
I just can't picture it.
Being sat in an office, because I wake up, I've got energy. I go to bed, I've got energy. I can't keep still. It's just the way I am. It's probably why I'm really suited to this industry, because I have so much energy going through me all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But working in that office, man, I would be up every 10 minutes doing laps around the office, chatting to people. People are just like, Nick, what are you doing, man? I'm like, just need to move, Yeah.
Just terrorising people in the office. Yeah, you are not.
Yeah.
Being in office was not suited for you, man.
No, it was hard work. And just kind of, I don't know, I found it really mundane and boring. It wasn't really for me.
I think that's the thing with both of us though, because like I was going to be an accountant, I was going down that route, and I'm not as energy as like you can be, but it was that office environment. I was just
you are high energy, Alex. Come on.
I do give
you
it.
are.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. But go on, mate. What did you say about the office?
I just couldn't do it. I just could not sit there all day, sat looking at a computer. Well, to be honest, I spend a lot of my day doing it anyway, but you're so different, and it's for yourself, and it's just a completely different thing.
And it's not only that; it's something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know, like PT and understanding exercises, helping people out. It's something that you enjoy doing. So if you enjoy it, you're gonna find it easy. You're not gonna struggle at all to sit there and put the hours in. I'll be honest, I've never worked this hard in my life. Last year,
100%.
Last year, I was doing 45 hours a week personal training. I was running classes as I run a boxing camp as well. I was running classes, and then you're talking another 30 hours minimum a week on the business side of things as well. You know, marketing for Genie. Then you've got marketing for more clients. Then you've got Instagram. I mean, Alex is very well known on Instagram, over 50,000 followers, and he'll tell you just how much hard work Instagram is. It's a full-time job just doing doing Instagram alone, and it just kind of weighs you down. You're doing 80, 90 hour weeks, and although you do physically feel it, you still enjoy it. And you're still not waking up every day like I hate this. No, it's for you. You're building your own dream, and you are, and you see it growing, and
it's your baby as well. It's yours.
Yeah, exactly, and it spurs you on to do even more. A lot of PTs come into the industry young, and they think, right, train a few people, 30 quid an hour, easy, and they think they can make quick cash from it, and it's not what the PT industry is about. The PT industry at the moment is saturated.
Yeah, but that's why we have such a problem. Because you have these people that just come in that actually just don't have a clue what they're doing. They come in because they like going to the gym. Yeah. They've got no actual then interest in what their client is doing, what they actually want from the client, what the client wants from them. Yeah. Fail, sack it off. Yeah. And then we have such a high dropout rate in the industry, and everyone says, "Oh, PTs are rubbish." Yeah. Whereas there's not. There's there are really, really bad PTs, but there's on the flip of it, there's some incredible PTs. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest problem we have. It's just
the biggest thing that I've found PTing is prior to PTing, I know a lot about training. I know a lot of different training techniques, different training styles. You know, it's that's not the hard part of it. I've trained a lot. It's getting that across to your client and getting the most from your client. That client interaction is what makes a personal trainer special. Yeah. It's being able to get your client to do what they can. You're always going to get clients that want to trade, that want to give you money and expect a great body in return. And then you got clients, you'll have that percentage of clients that know there's a lot of hard work in front of them and will graft for it. But then there's clients you have to motivate and get them going.
It's your job at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. And it's having that ability to get that across to your clients, which is gold. You know, a lot of anyone can look at a YouTube tutorial. Anyone can look at Instagram and have a look at a few exercises and tell a client to do it. It's actually being able to get that across to your client, which is part of our trade, which makes a PT either a good PT or a not so good PT. And it's being able to get your client to do what you need them to do, which is the hardest part of our job.
Yeah, it's that accountability, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, It's that accountability.
It's so difficult. Because it's like when you say have a session with someone, they know they're coming in for a session.
Yeah.
But it's trying to motivate them to go on their own.
Yeah, that, and you know, I've had a few clients in the past where it's even pushing them through a session, and you know, I've let a couple of clients go because I've sat them down, and you know, as much as it is
in terms of commitment.
I've
done this.
As bad as it sounds, I've had to sit them down and say, look, you know, so and so, I'm asking for this. Every session you're coming in, you're complaining, you're kicking off, you're not sticking to your calories, you're not sticking to your diet plan. In fact, 1 week you've put a bit of weight on, you know, or you've gone in the opposite direction of your goal, and you're just wasting money by hiring me.
Yeah, exactly.
You're literally throwing your money down the drain, and all it's doing is making you feel good for an hour when you're in the PT session, but you're not actually achieving any of your goals. And you know, Alex and I hold ourselves accountable for everything that we do with our clients, right?
No, I've done the same, where you have got to. Obviously, what's difficult is you almost need to be in the position to be able to do it.
Yeah.
When you're in that initial stage and you're grafting, and you do kind of just take on every client that presents itself. It's then difficult to be in a position where, at the end of the day, you're wanting clients because you need the money to survive and live off, and that's what it's, because it's a job still at the end of the day, and you need the money.
Yeah.
So it's hard when you're in those stages to let someone go. But I think when you really get to that position where actually you are a little bit more comfortable with who you've got, and then you can be a little bit more selective, I think that's when you just start building then a community of people that you actually want in your team. Like I found that I'm now a lot more selective even with the clients that I'll bring on. I probably get, well, I don't, in terms of like a percentage, I don't know, but like I get X amount of inquiries. I won't take every single one of those inquiries on. Whereas what I used to do is take every single one of those inquiries on. And I've probably had, like, my team of people I now have is less than the people that aren't with me anymore, if that makes sense. Like, in terms of even over the year and a half at Pure Gym, I've got more people that I now don't PT anymore than people that I do currently still train. And I think that's a bit of both, because it's the case of them not wanting to do as well as they want them to, and then you've got to look at that decision. And then it's the other side of things where you're going to have instances where people move, you're going to have instances where and you can't, I think that's hard as well, is when they always seem to come in numbers, and they come in a group where you'll suddenly just have 3 or 4 that drop off. And it might be a case of that, they move away, they've changed jobs, they don't have as much money anymore, and you're going to be the first one to go. But it's about not letting that affect you and take it on the chin and be like, look, it's not down to me and my business.
Of course, I think with that, it's a tough one, because obviously we need to survive, so we need money. But also, you know, you're spending an hour of your time with somebody, and if you're with someone who's not in the right place, not in the right frame of mind to train, who wants to achieve goals but doesn't want to put anything into it, and you've tried everything you can to try and coerce them into getting on the right path, then unfortunately you do just have to take it on the chin and just say, look, I don't think it's right for you. Now, as a young PT starting off in the industry, you'll be like, nah, like, I need this money, like, you know what I mean, like, I need this, that and the other. And it is the best thing for your mentality and your business, because if you think about it, if you have 10 clients, you have 3 that are smashing it and 7 that just
do your sessions.
Do your sessions, but then after that can't really be bothered. Look at your conversion rate for your kind of helping them to achieve their goals. You know, as a PT, it kind of reflects on you as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because then when people look at who your clients are, be like, well, why isn't that person changed? And then you've got to kind of be like, well, yeah. And it's looking at it of, you don't want people to then think it's down necessarily to you, because sometimes it, as we said, it is up to you to motivate people, but at the same time you can't control what someone does outside of the gym.
So if we're going back to like recruiting clients and stuff like that, what did you do when you first started PTing? How did you get clients?
Like really first started PTing? Like
yeah,
back at the other gym.
When you way back in the day when you first started.
To be honest, it was quite easy. So before Pure Gym, I'd never heard of this word. Well, 2 words: lead generation. Never heard of it. Never had to do it because I was doing it without realising what it was.
Okay.
Where I was very small, 800 members. And I used to cover every class I was going, because I would be either on the desk, or if I wanted to cover a class, I was being paid double. And
so back then you was Big Dicky.
I was in the gym.
Dicky.
I was Big Dicky.
And then you Little Dicky.
No, I'm Big Dicky. I'm the man.
Just for one, we all know it's Big Nicky, Little Dicky. You don't know.
That's not what your mama said.
Oh no, he didn't. So you want to talk about mothers?
So
go on.
I was there with a team of 4 other PTs.
Yeah.
And I was probably the one that showed the most interest in people, the most graphic people, and being there most often. And then also what was a very easy thing was that when you're on the front desk and someone clocks in through the front door, they would have to come to you to get the towel. Yeah. But when they signed in, their name would pop up on the screen. Yeah. So it was so easy to go, "Morning, Nick, how are you?" Okay. You wouldn't even know, they wouldn't even have maybe told you their name. Yeah. And it's those little things that just got you in straight away. Okay, yeah. And because of the tight-knit community, and it was a lot smaller, it was a lot of like, it was a family community in a way. Yeah. So you would come in and say like, "I do know who you are." I'd be like, "Oh, how's your sister?" Because she might be ill or something like that. It was just very easy.
Being very relatable.
Yeah. And it was so easy to build relationships. Yeah. And the sort of, what's the word? Like the audience was a lot of the older people. So things like...
What ages are we talking?
50, 60 plus.
Okay.
So when obviously all the things I was doing on Instagram, YouTube, all my social media... It wasn't the right audience.
So, going back from when you was Big Dicky in a little pond, and now you're Little Dicky.
No.
In a big pond.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I came in.
Yes.
No. So I was Big Dicky in a small pond.
No. So you was Big Dicky.
No.
So you was Big Dicky doing disco dancing moves for old biddies in a little pond, right? And now you're Little Dicky in a big pond, right? i.e. Urban Exchange. How did you find the transition going to Urban Exchange and then having to find your own clients and having, 25, 30 PTs in that gym that were all active and looking for clients? How did you find that?
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
In your first month, how many clients do you think you had?
None.
Okay, and then
okay.
No. Yeah. It's just the way it is, right? It's part of. How did you pick up your first client in Urban Exchange?
So actually, that was someone that Lance recommended.
Okay, cool.
So she went up to him after a spin class and said she was having shoulder problems, and like she feels like she's got a bit of shoulder pain, but she was a climber and she wanted to get better at climbing, but her shoulder was restricting her. And and he said, "Well, we've just got a new PT who's really good with injuries. He's like got all this background that he says about, so put
give him a whirl."
And then the rest is history.
Boom shakalaka. So within being there for 3 months, how many clients do you think you had after 3 months of being there?
Oh, so after 3 months, I don't know, probably 5, 6.
Okay, cool. Yeah, see that's something that people don't see in the fitness industry as a PT. You got to, being a PT is more than just being a PT. You've got to be a marketing manager. You've got to be a social media manager. You've got to be
a salesman.
You've got to be a salesman. Then you've got to know your trade. PT should just knowing your trade should be at the core of being a PT. Knowing what exercises you need to do to achieve certain goals, that should just be a by and by. Because doing your PT course, you will not learn a thing on your PT course. I went to the PT course and I didn't learn.
Yeah,
I didn't learn a thing. It was just, I suppose I did. It was just a little bit of client interaction and stuff like that. But really, it was just a tick in the box. Anybody can go and get a PT call, and it's not about having that PT call. It's everything that comes around with it.
It's you as the person. It's like
exactly. I was quite lucky because when I come to Urban Exchange, I already had 6 or 7 clients from my studio that come over with me. But what I did, because nobody knew who I was in the gym, I wasn't established there. I'm walking around with the uniform on, and people are like, "Who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
With the extra tight shorts."
That he's got. That he paid 30. Okay, wait, hang on. I think we just need to touch on something, don't you? So, for any of you who's gone in Pure Gyms and seen the Pure Gym uniform and how horrendous it is, the shorts are far from ideal. Yeah. Just be glad you don't have to watch them.
Yeah.
Nick saw an opportunity though, didn't you?
So what happened? No. Let me tell this right.
Justify yourself.
So I got issued these Pure Gym shorts, and this is on day 1 of me working there. I got issued these Pure Gym shorts, and they're like board shorts. They're down to your knee. The material's all funky. It's not stretchy. You know what I mean?
They're shocking.
I got big quads as well. You know, you got
to reveal the wheels.
And I got a big batty crease as well. You got to try and fit these into these shorts.
Sales technique, innit?
And I was just like, I'm not having this, man. So I went straight from Pure Gym, from picking up my kit, collecting it, straight into my tailor's in Manchester. Went in there and said, right, pal, I need 4 or 5 inches taken off these shorts. I had them brought right up. I walked into the gym that same day, into the staff room, and a few of the PTs, who didn't even know me at that time, were like, you all right, mate? Did you get issued them shorts here? I was like, yeah. They're like, how come they're so short? I was supposed to get them tailored.
I was so confused. When you walked into the staff room and he's like this, I was like, where the hell has he got them from? I was like, I want a pair of them.
But then I had a revelation. Yeah. So a few months later,
their shorts 2.0. You've now had 3.0.
Yeah. So the ones that I had tailored were the Mark IIs. Yeah. Right. The Mark II version, and then I went through 2 more pairs because the material, it's just not. There's no giving it. You do a squat, and you could reveal yourself to the whole world, like just in one squat. And mid session with a client, you do not want that to happen.
That is worse in a class.
Yeah, or in a class. Yeah, trust me, it's a worse nightmare. Not that I'd really care. You just got to roll with it, right? But still,
yeah,
it's not ideal.
Out of anyone's happened to, I think you would embrace it the most.
I just have to,
and you go,
yeah,
well, it's what it is, isn't it? Carry on, guys.
I just have to tuck it between my legs and crack on the class. I just been doing squats like this. So I had a revelation. I needed the Mark IIIs. So I went back to my tailor and I went, right, got my schematic out. I drew a little design of what I wanted done, and I wanted the side of the short splitting and the centre part of the short splitting and a bit of stretchy elastic in there. And now PTs are coming up to me asking me how I got my shorts from and how to make them. I'm like, yeah, bring it in, guys.
Who's having the last laugh?
Yeah. But we digress again. Yeah. Where was we?
You were talking about no one knew who you were.
So I'll come into the gym and nobody knew who I was, and it's at that point you need to start getting yourself around. Now, I've never offered a free PT session or a taster session. I think if you value your service and you believe in what you deliver, I don't think you need to do that. You just need to come across well when you sat chatting to clients, and you need them to believe in your dream. So what I did do is I set up a challenge.
Yeah.
So within my first week of being at Pure Gym, I went in there. Now my training is very similar to Alex's training. We're both very high intensity, the way we like to work, the way we incorporate strength and fitness into our workouts.
Smash it, get out.
So I still play rugby. competitively for a team in Manchester. And to kind of stay fit for that, I do like to do a lot of high intensity stuff and keep me going on the pitch. So I did what I would do as a workout and set it down as a challenge. So it was something along the lines of 10 burpees, 10 squats, 10 press ups.
You had medicine ball slams as well?
10 medicine ball slams.
And prowler.
There was a sequence of 5 exercises, it's all very short based. The whole workout took about 1.5 minutes. And I just went around the gym approaching everybody saying, right, I got some sheets printed off for me to write down names, Instagram handles and email addresses. I would say email addresses are probably the most important because as you get on later into PT,
email marketing,
you can use it for email marketing, and it's a really effective way, especially if you've got it off that person, because they'll see the email come through and be like, oh, Nick, I know Nick, and it's just it's just a great marketing tool. So I set up this challenge and I got over 80 people do the challenge. Now I'm not quiet, I'm quite a loud person. La, and I just cut around the gym like, hey mate, how's it going?
Yeah, it was cool,
I got a challenge over here, and I was giving away a free Genie t-shirt at the time. So whoever won the challenge, I did best woman, best male, and I did random lucky dip. And I'll be honest with you, the lucky dip was who I thought I could convert into a client. So
nice.
So of all the people that come through, there was top female. She was a machine. She absolutely smashed it.
I think
there wasn't another girl going to come close to her. The guy who smashed it.
Yeah, but then if you think about that, that then started like a friendship where you used to train together. And
I used to train with
from that, I had never spoken to her.
Yeah.
But because then you had broken that barrier.
Yeah.
That's how then I started speaking to her, and then now whenever I see her on the gym floor, it's like, hello, how are you? It's like it's
So it's just interacting with people, because no one knows you in the gym. You need to get your face out there, and it's something that a lot of PTs struggle with, especially when you're a lot younger, say the 18, 19, 20, 21 year olds are coming to the gym to be PTs, and they're not as outgoing as, say, the older bunch, or they're not as
I think it's just
confident.
about being switched on.
Or not as confident as, you can be switched on all you want, but if you're not confident speaking to people, you're in an industry where you need to be able to to speak to people. So I mean, the top female, I trained with her quite a few times because her training technique was very similar to mine. The top male, he was into triathlons, bit of a beast. I trained with him a few times, and the person I picked, the lucky dip, was, out of all the people on my list, was the person who I felt most likely to convert into a client. And I did actually convert that person into a client. He trained with me for 3 months.
There you go.
And there you go. It just proves that the process worked. And then the next week after that, because I'm in the gym all the time and I'm training all the time, in order for you to get clients from a gym, you need to be in there. In your first 3 months, every single day, speaking to people, sat at the front desk.
I think that's what people are so bad at. Even people still now come in and they
sit in the staff room.
So what are you doing? Just get out and graft.
Sit in the staff room, hide in the back, don't want to speak to people.
Yeah, but they'll just do shifts. They've got their shift hours, they'll come in for their shift hours and you never see them apart from that. What are you trying to do? And
doing things like classes are a great way. So working for Pure Gym for the first 3 months is a great way for you to interact with different people then. Just know that you'll only get the people that want to attend the classes, and it's generally the same people that have been going there for a year or a couple of years, and they do the same classes that are coming to your classes. So just be wary that you're not going to pick up 1 million clients just from doing classes.
They'll sell you the dream of classes, and that's how you get your clients. It's not. It's really not.
But asking tactical questions, just like I picked up a client from a class of Martin, marketing manager. I was sat chatting to him and he said something to me and I thought, that's a really good idea, I want to use that. So I was in a class, I delivered it, there's like 30-40 people in this class. It was a hit class, and at the end of it I just said to everyone, I was like, right guys, my business cards are here, just before you leave, just ask yourself one question. If you've been coming to this class for the last year and you've not really achieved any goals you wanted to achieve, if your body's not changed the way you want it to change, ask yourself why. It's my job to help people achieve them goals. So sometimes having a bit of professional help can really go a long way. So pick up a business card, and if you've got any questions, or if you want to know anything more about my services, or you even want any advice, then just give me a shout. And lo and behold, off the back of that class, I picked up a client straight away, just from saying what I said. And then 2 or 3 people also sent me emails in as well, asking about...
So that's, again, going back to Martin, that was something I did. So it was in a fat burn class, so it was obviously all body weight. And what I did is I then it took me about 10 minutes to make 2-3 body weight workouts.
Yeah.
So what I would then do every time I went into one of my fat burn classes, I would just say to everyone, look, at the end or whatever, and similar kind of thing, would say to people like, look, if you don't feel like you've gotten anywhere, if you just feel like you need some extra guidance, or you come in the gym and you just have no idea what to do, double tick your name on the register, I'll get your email after and I'll send you over a bodyweight program. And I don't even know, to be honest, I don't think I got direct clients from that, but then I got emails from that, and then it's, as you said, it's building that email marketing, and going back to what you said with like how you did your challenge, which was mint, and but also at the same time you did it like, how many nights did you did it every night in the week or something, didn't you?
So I started it on a Monday and I announced the winners on the Saturday. And what I did,
but you're there every night.
But what I did is, so Monday to Friday, every single day, I would have a look at my diary, and I wanted to be in the gym twice a day for an hour each time doing the challenge. So for example, it was Monday morning, lunch, Tuesday, lunch, evening, Wednesday, morning, evening, Thursday, lunch, evening, Friday, morning, lunch. And those are the busiest times for you to pick clients up. The 3 main times you're going to pick clients up are on mornings, lunches, and evenings, because generally that's when the majority of people train or are in the gym, or it's at the busiest points of the gym, and you're getting more exposure to more people. And by running it constantly and going around, so there's a few people that I asked to do it on the Monday, and they were like,
and then they see other people doing it,
and then they see other people doing it, then I ask them again, and they're like, yeah, go on, I'll give it a crack. Then they can see, and then you've got 80 names on your list for you to then directly market to.
Well, that's so I remember it was my second month, because I came in, I hadn't done lead generation, I hadn't had to, it wasn't something
Back to little Dicky.
So when I came in, it was my second month being there. What I did was, again, because of the experience I had with mobility and injuries, but that was because of the demographic in my last gym. I had to know what to do with someone with knee pain. I had to know with hips, with shoulders, with back, because otherwise I wouldn't have made any money, because that's what the majority of clientele were coming to me with. So I then did a knee workshop. So I advertised it as, anyone got any knee pain, blah, blah, blah. And I did it on a Tuesday, Thursday from 5 till 7 at night for the whole of November. So it was like 4 weeks of 2 hours on Tuesday and Thursday.
Is this an Urban Exchange?
Yeah. And I picked up, I think I had 40 emails or something. I got one client from the actual workshop.
Okay, brilliant.
But then I also got a client who emailed saying, I saw you on the gym floor with someone, and you looked really like particular and interested in what you were doing, like, please could I come see you? So I picked up someone who wasn't on the workshop, but because I was doing this free workshop and doing something that was getting me on the gym floor with people, someone then saw me with clients and appreciated and wanted, like, actually, well, he looks like he's actually caring attention to what the client is doing. I want him as a client. And it's as we said, it might not necessarily, you don't have to necessarily think of it has to generate a client. Obviously, that is obviously the goal. However, there's people that have done that workshop that then it built those relationships with, and now when you see them on the gym, you still say hello to, and it's just then creating this atmosphere where then more people know who you are, and they tell other people, and it helps then like an Instagram follower, a YouTube subscriber, then more emails that you're going to be pushing out to. So it's a snowball of everything. It's not just feeling, okay, I've got one person now as a client. As you said, you've got 80 people that you then had people that you could now say, look, can I put you onto my email marketing, which is massive. And you don't know what down the line that could lead to. Is you could send someone an email that did your challenge, but in 2 years down the line they go, well, actually, Nick, I really liked him, so and then when they want a PT, who else are they going to turn to?
I'll give you a great example. So I run a genie boxing camp at the Pure Gym, and I limit it to 8 spaces, just so everyone kind of gets my attention. On my email list now, as my company's is, we have 460 people.
That's been
right on our mailing base, right. I recruited 2 people from my classes into the Genie boxing camp, and the rest of them come from my emailing list. I sent out email blasts. I've got between 20 to 30% open rate, which is really good.
That's really high.
Yeah, and then the other 6 members come from my email base. So I didn't even need to do any work. I literally sent that email out, blasted it out to everyone that had said that they're happy for me to email them, and then boom.
It's because as well, people that are on your email are people that you've built relationships with, or
they know who you are personally.
Yeah. Like I saw someone say it. I think I was listening to a podcast or something, and someone said that someone who signs up to your email listing is a lot closer to a client than you probably think they are.
Yeah.
Because they are already not necessarily investing in you, but to sign up to someone's email marketing, they do want to buy from you. Yeah. You don't just sign up to someone's email marketing because you just want to get some emails. You do it because you might want to buy something in the future. Yeah. So it's that mindset with when you have an email listing, it goes so much further than posting things where, yes, okay, social media can be amazing for it, but people might follow you just because they want to follow your account. They're not following you because they want to buy from you. Yeah. And that's obviously the difference, I would say, is massive between email and just like your normal social media accounts.
You look at your Instagram, you look at Joe Wicks's Instagram, you look at all the big fitness Instagrams out there. You know, even myself, I do it as well. You're putting out a lot of free content, a lot of free workouts, a lot of free advice. Everything you're giving to people is free, apart from your service that you then sell to them. So people will first see you, see what you're about, and then know if they want to speak to you or not. Little things like being happy on the gym floor. That's a massive one. If you're walking around with a face like a slapped arse, or honestly,
or sat there like
or sat there on your phone,
or
even, and you see this a lot with like younger lads who've done well in the gym and they've put a bit of size on. They kind of walk around with these big angry faces on, you know, like kind of giving it Billy Big Licks, like cutting around, and that's unapproachable. Now, if you want clients to approach you, you've got to be friendly, and you've got to come across in a friendly manner. It's probably
that goes back to, as I said,
my biggest selling point is that I've always got a big smile on my face.
It's true.
And that whenever I speak to anyone, I'm really happy. Now, I don't put it on. I am generally majority of the time just a really happy guy.
You turn these cameras off yourself.
That's my smiley face.
Yeah.
It's also my constipated face. Oh, sugar! I can feel that coffee kicking in.
It's a good one, that, isn't it?
Yeah. But in terms of picking up clients and stuff like that, don't go into it thinking it's easy. Don't walk into a gym thinking that you can charge 30 quid an hour, you can do 45 hours a week and just see dollar signs. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in the process that you have. You've got to have processes set in place to help clients achieve their goals. And then you've got to be really approachable and put yourself out there. If you're not doing these things, you're never going to get clients. If you just sat in the back room or just waiting for your classes and thinking you're going to get loads of clients, you're never going to do it. So I read somewhere that it takes 7 interactions from somebody initially seeing you to then purchasing something from you. So it's important to never be pushy with anything. Just keep putting out good content.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Keep putting out good content. Keep just giving away free things like workouts, stuff like that, and advice. You know, if anyone ever comes to me for any advice, I'll always give them everything I can, everything that I know, without even thinking about charging a penny. Because
I think that's where some people go wrong as well. They just think like, oh, I'm not telling them because they're not paying me yet. And it's like, but then you're not going to get clients.
Yeah, and I forgot what I was going to say now. I had something on the tip of my tongue there, and it's
on the tip of my tongue.
On the tip, and it's just, and it's gone. Right, I'm sure it'll come back to me in a short while. However, we digress.
What were we actually even talking about?
So we just had a little issue with the camera troops, and
lead gen.
we had a little issue with the camera, and we've gone away. We did a few handstands, waiting for it to sort itself out.
And the blood's gone to my head. And
and now we've come back. Yeah, I've had a little rush of blood to the head. I'm 2 coffees deep, right? So I am full of energy right now. Right. so I'm a little bit wibbly wobbly, right? But back to the kind of issue that we're talking about at hand. Just being a new PT, getting clients, building your base. What would you say the key things if you're a new starter to the gym? If it's your first month in a big gym and you need to generate your own clients, if somebody come to you right now and said, Alex, I've just started, I need some new clients, what would the most vital bit of information you would give to them? What are a few key points that you would say to that person to help them then build that client base?
Well, starter, be in the gym more than just your shifts.
Yeah.
I.e. all the bloody time. So
yeah.
You've got to be in there.
Yeah.
As you said, you've got...
all the bloody time. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
As you said, you've got big periods. Obviously, you need to be in the morning. You need to be in the middle of the day, in the lunchtime, and then in the evening. And you've got to be in the peak times. Yeah. But then you've also got to think of it as you want to... but something when you want a PT and you want clients, and you have got to think, right, so when do I want to climb? If you're going to prefer to have clients first thing in the morning, you need to be in the gym first thing in the morning. But if you prefer to have clients in the evening, you need to be in the gym in the evening. True, because that's where your clientele are going to be. You're not going to pick up a client in the evening and say to them, do you want to start PTing at 6 in the morning? So I go, well, no, because I'd like training after work.
Yeah.
And that's like a big thing I now do, is I'm only about on a Monday and a Wednesday evening. I don't really... I'm not in the gym in the evenings anymore. I'm in the gym in the mornings, and when I bring clients on, my main push is to push them towards morning sessions. That's what I prefer doing, even if I have to get up at 9:00. I still prefer that, because I've then got my day to do everything else. So I think that's the thing, is you've got to be in the gym as much as possible, but also know your times of when you're actually going to.
So you touched on something a bit different there that we will go into in a minute, which is kind of setting your diary, which something over the last year has been a struggle for me. I've been PTing at mental times from 6 o'clock in the morning, and then having massive gaps, 4 or 5 hours, and then PTing from 3 in the afternoon all the way till 10 at night, and then going back home, and then getting up and being back in the gym for 6 o'clock the next day. And
you put yourself in a hole.
Yeah, a really deep hole. But that's something I think we'll touch on that more in depth in a bit, or maybe in another episode.
I think as well you have to go through it.
Yeah, you have to experience it. You have to know.
Because then you discover what you want.
Yeah.
You then discover what hours you want to be in the gym, and you discover, actually, I can't keep on top of all of this and continue to thrive of all the other aspects you have to put in and the hours you have to put in with the rest of your business. You can't do, and that starts backing off, and that starts decreasing, and you know it yourself, and then it's all a bit, as we said, with putting yourself in a hole. It's all that big circle where you're just going deeper and deeper and deeper into this hole, and it's about thinking,
working 18 hours.
How the hell do I get out of this?
I've done it. I've worked 18 hours a day, and I've worked 7 days a week. When I first started the Pure Gym Urban Exchange, I was working Monday to Sunday. Yeah, I did a Pure Gym shift at 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Sunday morning, and I had clients on Saturdays, and I was working Monday to Sunday. If I got half a day off on a Sunday, right, if I didn't have any clients after my shift, then I was like, I've got half a day off here, and I was excited for that. Doing that, sure, experience it, but I'll tell you something now, it'll be short-lived. It's not sustainable. You need to know your diary hours. You need to know what you're going to be working. The best advice I could give any PT in the world, right, would be to get into the gym, be in there as much as possible, and experience everything. Do the 7 days a week. See how hard it is. So then when people ask you about it, you can tell them about it. Put every ounce of effort you've got into your client programming. Know your core business, which is PTing, training clients. Also, you need... What I thought. Hey Siri. Hey there. What's going on, girl? Siri trying to get
famous on the podcast.
Trying to peek in on the podcast. But no, seriously, you need to be in the gym all the time. You need to get that exposure to as many people as possible. People need to know who you are, what you're about. Be happy. Yeah. Be happy, be jovial. Make sure when people see you, you are approachable. Yeah. Don't walk around angry. Face like a slapped arse. Don't walk around like you're the big I am. It will get you nowhere. And the biggest thing really is your marketing. Yeah. People need to know who you are, what you can do. You can be the best PT in the world. You can lift the most weight in the world. You can be the #1 squat master in the world. But if nobody knows about it, what's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? Yeah.
And also, if you've got the personality of a bloody peanut.
Yeah, but even you can even overcome that. This industry thrives on your person. People in this industry, it's in the personal training industries. It's all about your person, your character, your persona. Yeah. Pretty much every fitness industry is built off one person. Yeah. People go to Joe Wicks because they like him. People go to James Smith because they like his content. People go to,
a lot of people get drawn to personality first, don't they?
Yeah, it's all about that personality. If you don't have your own personality on your personal training page or on your personal training business, you will never get clients. Standing in front of a camera, doing a few squats with 10 paragraphs underneath it about the squat isn't good enough. You need to be speaking to people.
Yeah, but just anything. Like I go back to it, and it was something I wasn't very good at when I was first getting going and things with Instagram and stuff. And even that, I could still stories. I think is where I build relationships with people.
You're very personable.
My personality across. Whereas I don't get my personality across doing a workout video, because as you said, it's at the end of the day, anyone could do that.
Yeah, of course.
But it's then about being
who you
then
are.
That personal person behind the camera, and people want to relate to the person that's behind this person who's putting all this content out on social media. And that's why also I do like the Instagram TV videos where I'm talking to the camera. It's all about then people knowing who you are and what you're about. And but going back to what you said with a new client, a new PT, what advice would you give them? Another thing I think not enough people focus on is focusing on your retention and not your recruitment.
Yes, this is a really big thing. So I really believe in that. I've got clients that have been with me from the beginning. Since day dot. And you see a lot of PTs in the gym that just churn through client after client after client.
Yeah.
They're with them for one set of sessions and then they leave, and they have a high turnover rate. Now, if you've got a core group of clients, you want to work on giving them everything possible to keep them. If you can keep a client for over a year, then that shows that you're good at your job, that they believe in you and they've stayed with you for that long because your service is really worth that much to them,
But it's things like that when you do that, and the almost longer it goes on, then the more actually likely they are to stay with you, because then it's little bits and bobs that you just do as a service along the way that then keeps people on as a client. And I think too many people are so focused on getting new clients, and the same with when it goes to social media, so focused on getting more followers, but focus on who is currently invested in you, currently follows you, and is already buying into you. You need to put all your focus into that, and then the rest comes. And I think that's what I did so much at the start when I got that first client after 5 weeks and nothing. I was so invested in this one person, and then you hold on to that person, whereas I could have got that first person, not cared about her,
and then look for everybody,
and then look for more people. She would have gone, then might get another one, they would go. Whereas it was a case of getting whoever you need to, and then you just keep adding over time, because it starts selling. It's not selling itself, but you just
we've spoke about this so many times, haven't we? Just for an example, as Team Genie, we offer healthy cookbooks to our clients. We have an app in place where all their training and progress is scheduled, and they have training programs outside of our sessions. We set up a whole part of their training schedules for them just to follow. Same with you, Alex. You have your own website with your own, how many videos did you just upload to your training website?
400.
And that's just for his clients to look at and to go through. So what he's then doing is these people that have invested into Alex to help them get to where they need to be, he's investing that money back into them and helping them and helping them get more out of their training. You could be with someone for a year and they, how many of your clients have started with, right, I want to reduce body fat, and then they're like, do you know what, actually I want to put some muscle on them. Clients' goals change and they will stay with
it's about you changing with them.
And they will stay with you for years and years if you are good at your job and you can help them achieve the goals and you can prove that to them and you give them your time, you put everything into them and you will keep them. Client retention is so important.
But it's too neglected.
It is. People are just looking for that next client, that next bit of money, that.
And I think that's what it boils down to, is because as you said, the more clients you have, the more money you're making at the end of the day. But that isn't necessarily where the magic happens.
No.
And as we were saying, with when you're grafting and you're doing hours upon hours upon hours, and it was a turning point for me was that I was finding my evening sessions as I was getting to the last one of the day, and you'd be 11 sessions deep that day. And I knew you disagreed with me all the time because he's Mr. Energy, so he's Mr. he can just go and go.
People say to me, how can you do 9 clients back to back and give that last client of the day the same energy that you give that first client of the session? I was like, I'm just lucky in that respect that I rock up and I've got that same smile, that same beam, that same energy in my body. When my client turns up, I'm like, right, here we go. Here's today's session. This is what we got planned and we're going to smash it,
And it's like 9 o'clock at night and he's been in the gym for...
but then you project that energy onto them and they're like, we can do this, Nico. Like, I know we can. And this is 10 o'clock at night and I'm still like, yes.
So that's what I mean is I knew I would peak and I would get to a point where I'm just like...
You have to play T-strengths.
I knew I wasn't offering that person, the last person a day, as much as I was the first person a day. And I think that was for me a big turning point of, you need to sort this out, mate. You need to... You're now, because you're doing too many hours, it's affecting then potentially the service you're providing everyone. And then not everyone is getting the best of you. And it was a case of then being more particular with the hours, which is why I'm only in the gym Monday, Wednesday evenings. And it was a case of really looking at my diary and being like, right, this is when I'm going to be in the gym. I'm going to be firm with this. And now if a client says to me, can you do Thursday evening? I go, well, no, I can't.
No.
And
that's little Dicky time.
That's Big Dicky time.
Little Dicky.
And then that's when someone...
Big Nicky, little Dicky, remember that?
But then that's when then someone goes, oh, well, actually, I could do Friday morning. And you're like, oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. But it's the same thing with training clients. I've trained clients that always train in the morning. One in particular. So there's 2 clients very in particular that this is a great example for. So I had one who would train in the morning and he was an absolute machine in the morning. Honestly, get the most out of him. One time, he couldn't make one of the morning sessions, so we changed it to an evening. He comes in after work and I kid you not, he was about 60% of the man he was in the morning. Couldn't push anywhere near what he was pushing in the mornings. He just had no energy. There was nothing there. It was really frustrating for me and for him. Because it's not the way he trains. And I've got another client who I always train in the evening. Sometimes I've trained him at 10. Sometimes I've trained him at 10 o'clock at night, and he's a machine. I trained him twice in the morning, and I refused to do it anymore. He was calling me all the bastards under the sun. He wouldn't train. I couldn't push him. He was slagging me off just because he had to be there at that time in the morning. I'm like, you set the time.
This is your fault.
But it's also the same with you as a person. If you feel like you're a morning person and you're happier and train better in the morning, then do that with your clients. Be a morning person with your clients. If you're a morning growler, then don't go in the mornings. Don't train clients in the morning. Yeah, sure, you might have to grab clients when you first start, but start looking at your diary and organising all your clients into slots which suit you. Places that you will struggle to get clients are between 8 and 12. And between 2 and 5, you'll struggle to get clients between that unless you pick up
It's like shift workers.
Yeah, unless you pick up clients which own their own businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you will get those type of people. But again, they're slightly harder to find. Yeah. But if you're the majority of your clients will be shift workers, generally working during the day from that 9 to 5 job. So think about whether you want to be that early morning bird or whether you want to be that night owl, and schedule your clients around it. Like Alex said, or little Dicky, should I call him? Like little Dicky said,
but the thing is, I'm not a morning person. Honestly, I'm not a morning person.
You wake up at 6:30 every morning, no?
No, 4:45.
4:45. There you
but
go.
I'm not a morning person.
No.
I have to get up an hour and 15 minutes before that session starts.
Man, no.
Because if I woke up half an hour before, I wouldn't be speaking to him.
See, I am a morning person as well, and I jump out of bed and I'm like, ah!
No,
I get my little golf ball out. I sit there with a big smile on my face, rolling my feet. Yeah, yeah, and that's it. I'm up in the morning. If I've had a bad night's sleep, I can be a little bit, and it can take me an hour or so to warm up. But then that's when your professionalism comes into play, because no matter how grumpy you are, and you can walk into the staff room and nobody wants to speak to you because you're a bit like,
yeah. But you walk out and you're like, morning, how are you?
Second you walk onto that gym floor, you need game face,
and
you need to have that game face, even if it's not your natural. Even if it's not your natural self, you still need to have it because you're still in front of potential clients.
Yeah.
And no one will buy off you if you are walking around growling at everybody, got a face like a slapped arse, look unapproachable. You need to be approachable.
That's
at all
what
times.
It always boils down to.
Yeah.
If you think someone's going to be nervous as it is, so they're not just going to wander up to someone who's like, being an absolute grumpy guy. They come up to you and say, "Hey, can I just wondering if you can have some PT?" And you'll sit there like, I don't know if
I can't do that, mate.
No, I don't know.
No, but you've got to be approachable at all times, man. The industry is saturated with PTs that don't have systems in place, that aren't really that approachable, that think it is easy. But there's also a lot of good PTs out there.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to be a good PT. All you need to do is, before you decide you want to be a PT, sit down and ask yourself why you want to be a PT. Ask yourself why, and ask yourself, what can you offer people? Once you have the answers to those two questions, the rest of it is easy, because then you've got content to start putting out to people. You can then start, building up your kind of persona around that. And Alex and I wasn't born like this.
No.
I mean, I've always been quite high energy, but not really as chatty as I am now.
No.
And quite shy to speak in front of a camera. It's only in the last really few years that I've been that person that can speak in front of a camera and stuff like that, and it's not really fazed by it. But
it's hard though.
It is hard, yeah. It is hard. But you do, when you put yourself in that position all the time, you learn that it's not actually that bad. A lot of people look at themselves, they don't like the sound of the voice, they don't like the look of the teeth, they think the nose is off. But people don't really necessarily look at our stuff. If you're come on, mate, what are you can't take him anywhere, man. But as long as you were just being yourself and you're putting out that good energy and you're telling people what you're good at and you're constantly reaffirming what you're good at and you're actually speaking and interacting with people will come to you, man. They will do, 100%.
I think we should end on that, because that was a good way to conclude.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, troops, mic drop.
No, don't drop that, it will break.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. It's a sexy microphone.
Thank you very much for listening, for watching.
Cheers, troops. I hope you all have a great day.
We'll see you very soon.
Yeah, correct.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.